I'm Tracy Sharman, and welcome to CTE Know Before You Go. The Career and Technical Education Department at Vancouver Public Schools supports exploration and preparation for career-related programs and helps bring students together with local employers. So today we're here with Nathan Keldsen, and the CTE program also oversees the magnet programs at Vancouver Public Schools. So welcome, Nathan.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Nathan, how about telling us a little bit about yourself, what grade you're in and what school you go to?
I am a senior at the Vancouver School of Arts and Academics. My focus is in moving image arts, so making movies, stuff like that.
And where were you before you were at VSAA?
I went to Hazeldale Elementary, so I actually transferred to VSA in middle school.
And so do you remember hearing, or the first time you heard about the magnet programs, or did you just hear about VSAA?
So VSA actually goes to a lot of different elementary schools and does little performances. That was really the first time I heard about them. I think my art teacher mentioned VSA, and she was really the one who told me, hey, you should apply for VSA. And yeah.
Is art something you've always been passionate about?
Oh yeah, I didn't know I was going to be doing filmmaking specifically, but I always knew I wanted to do something in the arts. I actually applied to do writing. So really, if you apply, your passions can change, things change. So don't be too worried about sticking to your guns at the first interview.
Especially in at the time you were in middle school, right? So it's hard to know what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's good to know that you can explore different options.
Yeah.
So what was the application like, Nathan?
So the application comes in a few different parts. You actually go to the school. I don't know if that's what we're going to be doing this year, but
it is different this year. So this year, because of COVID and remote learning, students are uploading a piece of art or something that inspires them. But tell us about your process.
When I first applied, I would go to the school and they had us do a few different activities corresponding with each art form. So for some reason I applied to do writing, but they put me in the dance program. But the best piece of advice I can give you is just do what you can, even if you're not entirely comfortable with what you're being put in. Just try your best. After that, we did some activities. I don't think this is actually a part of the application, but it was just something fun I remember. At the time, they had seniors helping out with applications. So a lot of the middle schoolers got grouped up and put into a group with a senior or a couple seniors, and they played games. So that was kind of fun. And then afterwards, we did a little writing section, which they tell you it's like an hour long, but it really feels like 15 minutes. So
that could be because you love writing.
Yeah.
But it didn't take the full hour.
Well, I think it did. It just like sped up in my head.
So do you remember where you were when you received your acceptance notice?
Oh yeah, I was at home, I was in the kitchen, and my mom calls me down and she's like, hey, I've got some news for you. And I go down and she has the envelope from VSA. And at the time, like, this is like the most exciting moment of my life as a little fifth grader. She opens it and I'm really excited because she's like, she reads the first line and it's congratulations. And I know what that means. So I get really excited and I'm jumping around. But my mom, she jumps and she twists her ankle. So that's why it's memorable in my head.
It must be kind of scary going from fifth grade to a school that has middle school and high school. How'd you handle the transition?
Well, actually, a lot of it came from the high schoolers. The high schoolers were really helpful. I know now as a high schooler, we're kind of taught to be kind to the middle schoolers. So when I first arrived, a lot of them were reaching out and saying, hey, do you need help getting to your classes? Do you need any information about the school? So I would say that it was a really comfortable transition. I just know that it's going to be uncomfortable no matter what, going from middle school or elementary school to middle school, just because they're so different. But I would say that having high schoolers there to guide the middle schoolers was really helpful.
Oh, good. And VSA is a little different in that they don't have, a sports program. They don't do traditional dances, I don't think. What's special about VSAA and what do you like about it?
I would really say the focus on the arts. You get a lot more time to focus on passions and things that you enjoy doing. And one thing I find really special is the group activities. VSA does a lot of group projects and group presentations, and from my experience applying to jobs and working, uh, really does help just being prepared to speak to an audience or an interviewer. uh, it's just really helpful.
And are you currently working, Nathan?
Uh, Not right now, just because everything. I'm immunocompromised, so it's not really good for me.
And right now with remote learning and being at home, what's your senior year like?
um, well, it's definitely not what I expected. Uh, I'm trying my best. Uh, I don't know, spending a lot of time home. I definitely got to get to know my family. Not that I didn't know my family, but being around them a lot more. Um, and I think the most important part is still staying in touch with your friends, because I think that's what a lot of people miss about having in-person school is being able to be around your friends and talk to your friends. So staying in contact with them, I feel, is really important.
Has VSA helped you prepare for the next steps for after high school?
Uh, Definitely. I mean, I'm part of a club that's for job skills, Skills USA.
Oh,
Uh, So VSA definitely offers a bunch of programs, and I think every school offers a bunch of programs, but specifically VSA really prepares you for working with other people. Being able to collaborate on art pieces or on academic pieces is really important.
I'm glad you brought up Skills USA, Nathan, because that's a career and technical student organization. And so Skills USA is offered at a lot of our high schools, along with DECA, Future Farmers of America. Those are all what we call CTSOs, or those career and tech student organizations. Tell us a little bit more about what you've done with Skills USA, because some people have never heard of it before.
All right, so Skills USA it's a little bit weird. It's basically you join and all the students compete in different competitions, um, each stemming from either a job or a technical skill. So I'm a part of digital cinema production. So my contest is creating a film within 48 hours and then having to do an interview with someone about that film. um, you win prizes sometimes, and then you go from regional to state to nationals. And I really think it's great for preparing you for the workplace, depending on which competition you choose or what you're interested in. So I
Yeah,
know oh, continue.
no, it does there's a huge variety of different things you can compete in, all the way from culinary to like moving image arts. I've also judged graphic design for t-shirts. They have welding. I mean, it's just an amalgam of options that you can participate in. What
Yeah.
was your project? What was your film on?
Um, so I haven't done one this year yet, but last year we actually won a national competition
Oh,
with our film about, it wasn't really like a, it was more of just a fiction piece. Um, but it was really fun working with the group and actually winning something nationally, because I went to nationals the year before and we got fifth place. So I was so close. And last year it finally paid off.
wow. So your sophomore year, you went to nationals and got fifth place, and then last year you guys won nationals in your, that's phenomenal. And nationals are back in Kentucky, right?
Yeah. So my sophomore year, we went to Kentucky with my chemistry teacher and we had a fun time there. They had a lot of activities too. They give you free tickets to concerts, they give you free tickets to baseball games and water parks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go just because we were busy filming the whole time, but
Because you had 48 hours, right?
yeah, I'm sure my friends had fun though.
Skills USA is awesome. And I think a lot of the fees are covered. Did you have to pay for your airfare, Nathan? Do
Uh,
you recall?
Partly, the CTE program usually pays for most of it. I know admission costs. So if you want to actually participate, you do have to pay a little bit, but CTE covers the rest, depending on how big your chapter is.
And sometimes when CTE budget is low, I know the foundation will always ensure that every student can make it to a competition. So there's always funds available for students to go. Did you meet a lot of people? There must be so many people. It must seem like a world away in this remote in this remote time to be around all those people.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's so weird looking back on it now, just because when you first get there, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of people there. You get there, at least for me, we got there at like 1 a.m. Uh, so we went right to bed and woke up, and they told us we were going to opening ceremonies, and I was like, there can't be that many people. And we go to this huge stadium, and there's like thousands and thousands of people from all around the country. It's wild.
Oh, I hope we get back to that next year. And I'm so glad you got to participate and made it to nationals. What a way to represent VSAA.
Yeah. Uh,
So as far as VSAA goes, it's not like that at all, right? Does it feel pretty small? It's a pretty small school.
Yeah, it's really, I think we have about 500 kids. I'd have to check the yearbook. But we do have around 500 kids, so you practically know everybody in your grade and you know everybody by name. Maybe not the people a few grades below you, but at least in your kind of area, it's a really tight-knit community.
And aside from Skills USA, Nathan, has there been a favorite project or class that you've had at VSAA?
I'd say besides moving image arts, I really enjoy yearbook. I'm the editor in chief right now, so it's pretty fun. My co-editor in chief, Amy Rapp, I know she enjoys it as well. Right now, it's a little bit iffy, but we try to spice things up by playing games and stuff in between classes. Um,
And how are
but
you
yeah.
guys doing yearbook this year? What's it going to look like?
Oh, it's really complicated. We we have people sending stuff in, and we have to put it into the yearbook. Some people we have to take their pictures, like for senior photos. We want everybody to have senior photos.
Yeah.
Uh, some people didn't show up to schedule a pickup because they're on vacation or something like that, so we have to take their mug shots for them. It's it's a lot of work right now.
And you're getting it done. That's awesome. So any idea what you want to do after you graduate?
Well, I've applied to a few colleges. Hopefully, I'm going for a degree in business administration. Um, my goal is to be a lawyer one day. So,
Right on. Well, you know about futureme.vansd.org. There's lots of scholarships on there, and we try to promote just the local scholarships. So make sure you go to futureme.vansd.org and check those out, because right now is prime application season for scholarships, and there's a lot of great local scholarships.
cool. I'll take a look into it.
Anything else you want to add, Nathan, about those fifth graders that are getting ready to hit the apply button?
Well, there's something I always tell when I help out with the application process. I always tell the little fifth graders I'm leading around, don't worry, it's all about being yourself. What I do is take a deep breath in right before you're about to do something nervous, and then breathe out and just let all that anxiety wash away. Because I know for me, I get really anxious before interviews, so taking a few deep breaths really helps out.
That's great advice. And VSA gets so many applications, and there's so many qualified students that the program is trying to grow. And so I encourage students who don't get in that first year to keep trying.
Yeah, definitely. I have a lot of friends who got in freshman year and they really enjoy it. So definitely.
Right on. Well, it's been great talking to you, Nathan. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
I think that's it.
I'm going to pause it for a sec. Let's see. Well, Nathan, I think you helped those fifth graders that might be super nervous about applying, and I hope you gave them the courage they need to at least apply, because if you don't apply, you don't have a choice. And if you apply and you get in, you can always say no. So I encourage students to apply to as many magnet programs as they're interested in.
Definitely. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you, and best of luck to you. I hope you get into the college of your dreams and apply for lots of scholarships.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Nathan, and thanks for joining us on CTE Know Before You Go.